Ukraine released footage of a key bridge in Russia's Kursk region being destroyed. This is the second bridge struck less than 2 weeks into their cross-border incursion.
Relatives of the Israeli hostages still being held by Hamas in Gaza urge the government to reach a deal to secure their release. India's medical workers start a nationwide strike to protest the rape and killing of a trainee doctor at a state-run hospital.
Legendary French actor and film producer Alain Delon died peacefully aged 88. His 3 children announced in a joint statement. The Ukrainian military released footage showing what it said was the destruction of a key bridge in Russia's Kursk region. This is the second bridge struck less than 2 weeks into Ukraine's cross-border incursion that took Moscow by surprise. According to Russian media, the attacks left the area with just one intact bridge. The strikes on bridges, apparently aimed to stymie a Russian counter-push in Kursk, could mean that Kyiv intends to seek a foothold in the region, or at least signal to Moscow that it plans to do so. Analysts say that although Ukraine could try to consolidate its gains within Russia, it might be a risky maneuver given Kyiv's limited resources, as supply lines extending deep into Kursk would be vulnerable to Russian strikes. The incursion has already boosted Ukraine's morale, sapped by a failed counter-offensive last summer and months of grinding Russian gains in the eastern Donbas region.
Relatives of the Israeli hostages still being held by Hamas in Gaza have rallied to demand the government reach a deal to secure their release. Carrying pictures of their family members on what's now called Hostages Square in Tel Aviv, they called for the Israeli government to finally reach an agreement to bring back the more than 100 captives.
אתה יודע שהנשיא ביידן משקיע את כל כובד משקלו במשא ומתן הזה. אתה יודע שציר מדינות המערב כולו מגויס וישראל חייבת להיות חלק ממנו.
Officials from the United States, Egypt and Qatar ended 2 days of talks in Doha on Friday with a message of hope that a deal could be reached. US President Joe Biden said he was optimistic, adding, "We are closer than we've ever been." And the office of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israeli negotiators had expressed cautious optimism. But Hamas said on Saturday that no progress had been made and mediators were selling illusions. India's medical workers have begun a nationwide strike to protest the rape and killing of a trainee doctor at a state-run hospital in West Bengal state. The strike was called by the Indian Medical Association, which said all non-essential services at hospitals would be shut down across the country for 24 hours.
This rape has shaken our faith in the system. You saw how the gruesome murder and rape was done, and later on every effort was made to shield the victim, and that is what happens every time in India.
On August the 9th, police discovered the body of a 31-year-old trainee doctor at the state-run RG Kar Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata. A police volunteer working at the hospital has been detained in connection with the crime, but the family of the victim alleges it was a gang rape. An autopsy confirmed sexual assault had taken place.
Alain Delon, the legendary French actor whose talent made him an icon of French and European cinema, has died at the age of 88. His 3 children announced his death in a joint statement, saying they were immensely saddened and that the actor passed away peacefully at his home, surrounded by family. His loss will be deeply felt by fans and colleagues around the world.
C'est complètement triste, ouais, c'est dommage, c'était une belle personne et voilà, il a eu une belle vie.
Alors on est très triste parce que c'était un immense acteur. Un immense acteur, voilà, qui a fait des films extraordinaires, qui repasse de temps en temps sur la RTS. Surtout les vieux films, je dois dire. J'ai eu beaucoup de plaisir à revoir.
Born in France in 1935, Delon rose to international fame in the 1960s, with memorable roles in films like In Full Sun and The Leopard. In his later years, Delon faced health problems, including a 2019 stroke from which he never fully recovered.